Hi there BookTube, this is Emma from Emma's Bookish Lifestyle, and today is a birthday book haul video. So these are books that I bought in the month of March as part of my birthday treat to myself, and I just wanted to go through them. As you can see, there are quite a few there, so I'm going to pop them down and we'll get going. So the first book that I've got is Nomad by James Swallow. This is a thriller, and I believe he wrote I Am Pilgrim, which I haven't read. I am trying to expand my authors and also expand the types of books that I'm reading. I do love a thriller though, and thrillers tend to cleanse my palate in between heavier books or non-fiction books to ready me for carrying on with some more reading. And this one just fascinated me. It felt very appropriate to the time because it says here, a devastating terrorist attack in central Barcelona, an elite unit fatally ambushed in northern France, a sinister orphanage in the heart of the desert, a traitor buried in the British security services. Only one man can unmask the conspiracy if he survives long enough. Now this just, with everything going on in our world at the moment, just seems very of the time. So definitely going to be a fast-paced thriller. I think it might be a bit Jason Bourne-esque almost, by this sinister orphanage. Maybe they're training people from a young age and obviously brainwashing them at a young age to become soldiers. So yes, that's the Nomad by James Swallow. The next book that I bought has been mentioned by Simon at Savage Reads and several other channels, so I couldn't resist, and that is Joanna Cannon's The Trouble with Goats and Sheep. And I also know that she's got her new one coming out very shortly. Again, Simon raved about this, and so I added it straight onto my TBR. I fully love his reviews and everything that he says about books, and I do respect his opinion when it comes to books. So this looks really good. It's set in the summer of 1976. I was a whole 1 year old when this story was based in. But it is a countryside romp by the look of things, and it just looks amazing. So that's one I bought myself. The next one I bought myself was Mad Girl, A Happy Life with a Mixed Up Mind. This is by Bryony Gordon. That's Bryony Gordon on the back there. And it's this is a non-fiction, and this is basically about how she deals with OCD. Now, I think everybody in their own way has a level of OCD, or little habits and tips and tricks of things that they do. I know I do definitely at work. My desk has to be laid out a certain way. If somebody moves something, it really irks me. I'm continually trying to tidy things. The way books are, I can't lend them out to people very often because they have to be a certain type of person, because I don't want them ruined. I have to do certain things when I leave the house, so I have to like lift the door handle 3 times to check it's locked, even though I've locked it myself. So it would be interesting to see from this columnist what her dealings with this particular condition are. I know she's got it as a diagnosed condition, but I do think that, you know, we all have certain traits of it, but this is definitely one that I think will be quite interesting. I also think she's going to put a comedic spin on it, so I think it will make it a little bit easier to absorb some of the information that she's telling us in this book. So this is Mad Girl by Bryony Gordon, and it's published by Headline. The next book I've got, I bought, and it's The Beautiful Dead. I should stop saying I bought, because all of these books I bought. This is The Beautiful Dead by Belinda Bauer. The Big Head Bookworm also recently touted this on her book haul. I have to say, the thing that drew me in was this amazing cover only ruined by the fact that they've started to put these faux stickers on these books. I really wish publishers would stop doing this. Message to all publishers: I don't want any stickers on the front of my book, any faux stickers. If you must put faux stickers anywhere, put them on the back of the book. Don't put them on the front. Don't put them on the spine. Put them on the back of the book. Because I'd rather have less blurb about who thought the book was marvellous and a beautiful cover than I would plastic sticky things. Anyway, this is a crime novel, and again, another booktuber that I follow regularly, and absolutely love her videos, also love her parish notices. And this on the back says, they wanted the same things: death and an audience. And it says, Eve Singer makes her living from death. As a TV crime reporter, she'll go to any length to get the latest scoop. But when a twisted serial killer starts using her to gain publicity he craves, Eve must decide how far she's willing to go and how close she'll let him get. Sounds quite interesting. Also a little bit, maybe a little bit Silence of the Lambs-ish. I don't know. But I do adore that beautiful cover. Also, another book that I think was recently shown, I can't remember, I think, if I'm right, it was Jane from Swirly Girly Reads. Not Jane. Sorry, I'm getting Big Head Bookworm and Swirly Girly Reads mixed up. I think Swirly Girly Reads is Jane. This was from Swirly Girly Reads, and this is the Song of Hartgrove Hall. Now, again, the focus has gone a bit funny with the lighting. This I got off of Amazon. It's got beautiful deckled edges. Was a bit of a nightmare to get hold of though. I managed to get hold of this copy. It's not the greatest though. It's been a bit dinged up, and I do hate it sometimes when a book's not been looked after. It's my OCD again. Look, I mean, the corners have been dinged and the binding has been dinged, but hey, I mean, this story looked really interesting to me, and when she put it on her channel, I just felt I had to have it. We both like historical fiction, and so again, truly listen to her opinion. And this says, rarely does a novel capture both my heart and mind, but Natasha Solomon's new novel gripped me from the first chapter. Written in exquisite razor-sharp prose, The Song of Hartgrove Hall explores the bonds of family, the power of music, and the very nature of what it means to leave behind a legacy. I cannot recommend this novel strongly enough. I read it like music itself, and its beautiful and haunting notes lingered long after I finished the last page. So that just sounds amazing to me, and it's got the French flaps, and yeah, it's beautiful, and it's based in Dorset in England, and I'm going that way for my holiday this year, so I think I'm going to save this specially. Also now, Mel's Bookish Musings has recommended recently, both through her book box, subscription box, but also through her channel, Salt Publishing, and I absolutely have thoroughly enjoyed the Salt Publishing books that I've read to date. So I went and treated myself, sorry, I didn't realise how far the books were. I went and treated myself to Dissent of Cinnamon. Now this is by Charles Lambert, and he's an English author, and this is a love story, apparently, of heartrending proportions, and it's written in a language that is just apparently beautiful. And I think I'll try and read if I can find... Again, I think what I love about these books is that they don't give you like an insert into them. It looks like he's written one other book. So this is a short story collection. So it looks like it's going to be quite nice. 293 pages, short stories, again quite a slight but very, very beautiful book. Love this cover, and really look forward to getting stuck into that. So if that's something you'd like me to read further up my list, then let me know. And the next and last set of books I have are these. These are the Stephen Mohammed series of books. It's a trilogy. It starts off with Bitter 16, goes on to Ace of Spiders, and concludes with Stanley's Ghost. I believe it's a conclusion of Stanley's Ghost. So these 3 books follow a young boy who is obviously 16 in the starter of this book, and apparently his cynical, solitary Stanley Bird is a fairly typical teenager, unless you count the fact that his best friend is a talking beagle named Daryl, and that he gained the powers of flight and telekinesis when he turned 16. Unfortunately, his rural Welsh hometown is not exactly crying out for its very own superhero. London is calling, but what Stanley finds there is a good deal weirder and more terrifying than anything he could have imagined. Perhaps he should have stayed in Wales. Now, I'm a big fan of the Marvel books, comics, and I grew up with those. Big fan of the Marvel films, a little bit with the DC, but not quite as beloved as the Marvel characters. And so this unique twist that's been done by Stephen Mohammed in these beautiful books by Salt should be quite interesting. So that's everything. That's my last book haul video to catch you up to date. That's where I am. I plan on doing another video, hopefully on Friday, to let you know my Friday reads. I am also planning on getting back on track with my videos. I've got a spring tag video, which maybe I'll try and get up for Wednesday next week, if possible. And as I say, if you'd like to chat, or you've got any thoughts or comments on the books that I've shown you, if there's any particular books you want me to read and review first, then by all means do let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to chat to you all. I do miss having chats with people in the comments, and I will always reply to you. It just may not be necessarily immediately. So I hope you're all well. I hope you have a good week. I hope the weather is nice where you are, and stay well. Take care for now, BookTube. Bye.